This is what you want.
Welcome back to an episode of Is This What You Want with Matt and Julia. I'm Julia Ladkowitz, one of the co-hosts of this beautiful podcast where we try to figure out what it is you want and what it is we want. And sitting across from me on this beautiful Wayfair couch is my husband, my lover, my partner in crime, my ride or die. It's Matt O'Brien. My ride or die. We've been watching a lot of Vanderpump Rules. I hate to admit it. And every to camera, it's like, she was my ride or die. He was my ride or die. Everybody's your ride or die, and you're killing everybody.
What does that mean exactly? That means you either ride with them or you die while riding with them.
I think both. Both.
Both of them?
Both.
Ride or die. Ride with me or die.
Or ride with me and die.
And die? Well, that doesn't sound like a good friend. It sounds like your friend needs to take driving lessons.
Yes.
Maybe. We're back again on another episode. And also, if you can hear gardeners outside, that's not our fault. We decided to go anyway. The gardeners are across the street. And
we didn't
weed-whacking.
We didn't orchestrate the gardeners. We weren't like, hey, at 2:30...
Start whacking.
Start your whacking,
Gentlemen,
boys.
Start your whacking.
And may the best gardener win.
I will say, of all gardening tool users I've known in my life, gardeners in Los Angeles love a weed whacker.
Gardeners in Los Angeles love a weed whacker, love a leaf blower.
A leaf blower. They like a leaf blower because rich people are like, get those clippings off my lane.
Yeah, blow it away from me. I don't even need it near me.
They just blow it into the street sometime, and then us street people have to deal with it.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm walking past these giant mansions covered in grass clippings. I look like a goddamn sniper in a fucking bush suit.
Oh, you'll get there. Yeah, you got there.
No, there's a name for it.
Yeah,
it's like a ghillie suit. A gyoza suit.
Dumplings.
A full suit made out of gyoza. Wouldn't that be something? Wait, what's gyoza again? Those
a
are like
gyoza
those.
is like a pot sticker, like a dumpling.
Yeah, that's when I go to an Asian restaurant and I go, I don't know what I want, and then I go, gyoza.
Gyoza.
Just give me the gyoza. You can't lose with a gyoza. You could put anything in there, and I'll be like happy with it.
You know what? I friggin' saw this New York restaurant as I was scrolling through my Instagram For You page. They had a cacio pepe gyoza or dumpling situation. It was this like hybrid, this mashup of cuisines.
I love a mashed up cuisine.
I know so many people are like, oh, if I have to hear the name fusion or fusion restaurant, I get it. It was a very like early 2000s thing. Everything was fusion, but it's like
Fusion's coming back.
I think fusion's coming back.
We were just when we were in Vegas, the hotel we were staying in had a lot of fusion food court restaurants.
Yeah.
We ate at one. Wasn't it like fusion Korean shawarma?
Yeah.
I loved that.
It was. They had meat on spits, and you love a meat on a spit.
I'd take any meat on a spit. I think I'm supposed to be like a caveman or some sort of like, I don't know. Like if I see meat rotating on a spit and it's like juices are dripping, I'm just like, put that in a pita for me and throw a nice garlic sauce on it.
When you die, is that what you want me to do to you? Put your body on a spit?
Rotate me on a spit.
Feed the community?
Shave me like an al pastor for all the funeral to eat.
Ew.
Now that's a funeral.
I don't want to think
just
about
an al
that.
pastor funeral where I'm just roasting on a spit covered in pineapple slices.
Do you think there's a man out there, first name Al, last name Pastor?
Hello, Al Pastor here. I promise I'm not related to the meat. Please, I own a car dealership and I need money. Business is bad. Everyone comes expecting
There's for
meat.
sure a bunch of Al Pastors out there.
And there's a bunch of big fat guys outside the window just licking their lips and rubbing their hands at them. I promise I'm not meat.
I bet there's also a guy named Spaghetti Bolognese.
I would love to eat meat. Wow.
I'd love to meet and eat Spaghetti Bolognese.
Yeah. So you're telling me you're spaghetti bolognese? Yes, but I'm not related to the plated dish. Do you have bolognese in your veins?
Oh man, I want to have a kid just to name them Spaghetti.
This is my kid, Spaghetti Bolognese. Hey, he's just a little guy. He's a little guy. Mr. Bolognese. He better not be a teacher. That would be a nightmare teacher named Spaghetti Bolognese.
I mean, it would be a nightmare everything name.
Yeah,
There's not one name unless you own an Italian restaurant called Spaghetti Bolognese. I don't see a clear way through this.
You're getting laughs every day of your life, though. People yelling at the doctor's office, Mr. Bolognese, spaghetti bolognese. And everyone's like, no. And then you see a guy stand up. And he's just got long, red, curly hair. and
he has
ground
meatballs
beef
for
skin.
eyes?
Yeah, meatball eyes. And he goes, come on. I'm trying to live my life. I have to get my meatball eyes checked out.
And by the way, I know that spaghetti bolognese doesn't have meatballs in it. I'm just saying Mr. Spaghetti Bolognese would have meatballs for eyes.
He would absolutely have meatball eyes.
Speaking of meatball eyes and stupid things, it's Chappy Hour.
Happy Chappy Hour, everyone. The only happy hour in North America dedicated to the worst robot movie of all time named Chappie, which Julia has not seen.
Chappy.
I saw it once on a plane, and I regretted it for the rest of my life. It was probably, how long ago was that? It was definitely over 10 years ago.
Yeah, Chappie's been out for a while.
And it's
Chappie's been chapping.
Chappie's been living rent-free in my head ever since. I hate that phrase, too. Rent-free.
That's been living rent-free.
I'm going to start charging the creators of Chappie rent for its dwelling in my brain.
Yeah.
It'd be like, you owe me $400 a month.
What if we message them? We're like, hey, we can't stop thinking about Chappie. You owe us money. And then they're like, Chappie will remove the thought. Like, if they're able to do that.
Or like a robot Chappie's going to come to my house and give me like a frontal lobotomy or something?
Yeah, just to remove the Chappie from your head.
It just goes up my nose and takes the Chappie part of your brain out. We all know the doctors that talk about the Chappie part of your brain.
Yeah, everybody has a little Chappie part. It has to be activated. Once it's chaptivated, they got to remove it.
Yeah, it doesn't turn off. It's imagine there was a part of your brain that was dedicated to like every little thing.
God, and it was like little, like I'm picturing like a little Lego piece. They
Yeah.
can just pop it off. That'd be nice.
I think maybe there is, because like that's what lobotomies were. They take something out of your brain, and then all of a sudden people are like, I don't even know what an apple is.
See, I want to know what an apple is still.
Yeah.
Can't they just take away the trauma and that like weird thing you said that one time?
Yeah, take that out. Although it would be exciting to get the apple part removed and then eat an apple and be like, does anyone know about this? This is to eat an apple for the first time. I don't remember my first apple. It must have felt crazy. You're taking a thread off your shirt, and it is
Listen, I had
just shocking.
I had a thread on the cuff of my shirt, and I was like, "Oh, better take that away. That's in the shot."
You look like you're getting attacked by a squid.
And I was trying to do it quickly, and then the shirt started to unravel, and then and the thread kept touching me.
That's the worst feeling in the world. I've had that with T-shirts, like the bottom part where,
Yeah.
it, like in public, like quick thread, you're like, quick zip. And I went, zzz, and then it goes all over the...
And then the whole hem of your shirt is down, and everybody's pointing and laughing.
Yeah,
And then you go, but I am Chappy.
But I'm Chappy.
Matt, what are you chapping?
I'm chapping a can, C-A-N-N, because if you're viewing this clip, I don't know if I'm going to post this whole clip or not, it's clear that you're going out tonight and I'm staying in because I'm wearing a full Kirkland tracksuit.
Yes, I'm wearing the Kirkland bottoms just because the jeans I'm wearing tonight are a bit tight.
So because I'm going nowhere, I'm drinking a can, which is 2 milligrams THC, 4 milligrams CBD, rosemary, and grapefruit. And it's refreshing. I did a big workout today, and I earned my treat.
You earned your treat. And also, if you want to earn your treat, you can go to cann.com and get 20% off your first order using the code JuliaComedy20.
We still don't really know what the 20 stands for.
For 20%, you cock.
We'll never know. We'll never know what the 20 is.
Did you really not know?
I didn't catch that.
I just said you get 20% off using the code JuliaComedy20. And you're like, what is though?
So what if you put in Julia Comedy 50? Do you get 50% off?
No, because that hasn't been made to my name.
Good. Don't try it. Or do. Let us know, listener.
I try discount codes all the time. I always try discount codes. They never work.
What if they put in Julia Comedy minus 20 and then they start charging us 20%?
I don't like that.
Don't try that either. Discount codes are just a complete mystery to me.
Yeah.
My biggest success with discount codes is LAX parking garages. You can type anything in there and you're getting some kind of discount. Like whatever month it is, like it's April. Like you book a spot at LAX and be like, April Fools.
You're just making them up and it's giving it to you?
Yeah.
Really?
Like April Fools or like, springtime 420.
Huh.
And then they'll be like, you got the 420 code.
Yeah. You got the 420 parking code.
Yeah, 420. You can park and smoke as much as you want. anyway, try that out, listener, and let us know where you get your discount codes. I hate that website because sometimes I Google discount codes.
Yeah, it's like coupondeals.org or
Yeah.
like Deal Finder. They never work.
You click on it, and then you got to click on another thing, and then a bunch of pop-ups come up. You're going to close those pop-ups, and then there's like something peeled back, and you're like, I think I can see it.
Yeah.
And then you enter that code, and it's like 8 years expired.
And it's like doesn't work. Or it's like no coupon code necessary. The Wayfair's just having a sale right now on certain things, and the certain items are like a diaper dryer, and you're like, well, I don't need that.
Yeah. I don't fully understand coupons or coupon code. If you're able to give me 10 cents off canned corn at the grocery store, just do it. Why do I have to give you a little piece of paper
Because
I found on the street?
Life is about working for things. No, it's never an easy. Life is hard, including coupons.
Make life slightly easier. Joe Biden, if you're listening,
He's not.
outlaw. Can you imagine the president of the United States catches, is this what you want?
It's like when Obama was like, my favorite album of the year, it was Kendrick Lamar's album. Can you imagine? Biden is like, hey, my favorite podcast I'm listening to right now is this what you want? Because I'm like, I don't know what I want.
Come on, man. I don't know. Neither of us can do an impression.
What does Joe Biden sound like?
He goes, come on, man.
Listen, man. I'm doing like a sleepy Matthew McConaughey.
He is kind of that. He's got, come on, man. Stop that.
Listen, you didn't even ask me what I was chapping.
What are you chapping?
I'm chapping a black tea. A breakfast tea, if you will. Dilmah, Dilmah.
A dildo tea, you say.
I feel like it's imported. I feel like it was given to us from Denise.
Really?
And Denise is Randy Bachman's of Bachman Turner Overdrive's ex-wife.
That
And
we
lived
with for a bit.
Yep. Anyway.
You gotta believe it,
I'm
because it's LA, baby. Sorry, we live in LA.
We live in LA. We live in ex-wives, rock stars, back houses.
Yeah. We thought it was a pool house at first, but there's no pool. But it's still...
But it's like, it's the equivalent of a pool house. It's a little house in the backyard.
I know. I got excited because in Fresh Prince, when Will lived in the pool house, I was like, I'm Will. I live in the pool house.
Yeah.
And now I want to be nothing like Will Smith.
You're like, I'm Will. And I went, and I'm Smith.
Yeah, and I went, if anyone makes fun of my wife, I'll fucking slap them good.
And then a guy came out of the bush. He's like, and I'm spaghetti bolognese.
Bolognese is here.
That's why we had to move. Spaghetti bolognese was always popping by.
They're better. Let us know if you know a guy named Spaghetti Bolognese, listener.
Or what about, what's another one? Like first name chicken, last name pot pie.
So, no, I mean, you can change your name to anything. Did you see that guy?
But I'm saying not without changing it, just being born.
Yeah.
Like there's absolutely Al Pastor. There's absolutely an Al Pastor.
Has to be an Al Pastor. What about an everything bagel or a
or like
Coke?
a Charlotte Cootery, and they call her Charcuterie.
Charcutes. Charlotte Cootery? There must be a Charlotte Cootery.
I love this.
Just the old meat slab.
Oh my God. I would love to name my daughter Charlotte Cootery.
Charcutes? That's a good one.
Charcutes.
Did you see that guy that changed his name to literally anyone else because he wants to become president? Because a lot of people are...
So first name literally, last name anyone else?
And so, because a lot of people are going to put that on the ballot in November.
Right.
And technically, they're going to be like, well, they are voting for me.
This is how stupid everything is.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
November is going to be a real... I know we said that... we've said that every election year for the last,
because it has been. It has been a bit of a fuck.
This one's going to be a bit of a fuck, I think. I think we all got our fingernails digged in, and we're ready for anything. Ready for absolutely anything. I don't know.
Ooh, that's good tea.
What flavor is it?
I said it's a black tea.
Just a straight up black tea.
Yeah, it says breakfast tea.
Oh, that's breakfast tea. That's good.
It's quite nice. And you know what else is quite nice? Our first segment, Warm and Fuzzy.
This is where we talk about something nice that happened this week, and boy, howdy, did we have some nice things. And while you're listening to this, maybe reflect on something nice that happened to you, because the world's a real fuck, as we said.
Yeah.
And sometimes you got to sit and reflect. I actually thought I had it penciled in today. I was going to meditate.
And did you?
And I did not. But I did exercise a lot.
You had a big exercise day.
I had a big exercise. I did 35 minutes of weights and a 1 hour run on the treadmill. And I say it's kind of meditating.
For sure.
When
Running especially, you kind of zone out. I went for a big walk around the neighborhood, talked to my familia, and went to CVS. Picked up some photos I got printed for my mom because it's
That's
her
nice.
birthday next week, and
That's
I sent
exciting.
a card.
It's nice to pick up a photo. It's
It
old
is
school.
old school. Anyway, that's not the warm and fuzzy. The warm and fuzzy, I guess, the overall warm and fuzzy, the blanket warm and fuzzy for both of us. Both.
You keep saying both like an American.
Both.
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 Am I saying it? Both.
Or,
both.
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 I'm in Canada. Both of them.
But
I'm in America.
both sounds both is like the Northwest. I feel like
It's
I'm
like
from Seattle. Both,
The back of their tongues drop into their stomach for a second. Both.
but I just said both. Now, anyway, now I don't know how to say
Booth.
for
Both.
you and I. We went to Las Vegas, Nevada.
California.
No.
Nar.
And we went for, our little anniversary, Matt's little birthday, and just the whole weekend was just a friggin' nice time, I tell you.
It was 2 days, and it was just a perfect amount of time there. Enough for me to be excited for my next trip.
Yeah.
3 days will drain you.
Well, we were talking about this. We're like, if you do the third day, day 3 almost has to be like a spa day. Like spa day, like a non-drinking relaxation pool spa day.
Which is, I did kind of adhere to that because I knew I was driving back. So I stopped drinking at like 11:30 and got like bitters and soda
Not me.
at the bar. And the bartenders treat you different because I know that's like an alcoholic drink. That's like, I'm a recovering alcoholic.
Right.
So I remember her like tone changed. I was like, just a bitters and soda. And she's like, okay.
Yeah,
all
she was
right."
nicer to you. And I was like,
Yeah.
listen, after I finish this Prosecco, I get another one if I keep gambling, right? And she's like, yeah, you'll get your fucking meal.
Someone
Shut up.
spilled a drink on the rug. Can I suck it out of the shag? Yeah, you can suck the drink out. It's free either way.
Okay, I have a few highlights of the warm and fuzzies, and then you can take over some other ones.
Okay.
Okay, maybe 3 highlights. One of the highlights was I was determined to find a cute dress a la Palm Royale style. So like late 60s, opulent, colorful, fun.
Opulence.
And we when we first got there, we went to the arts district, and we were like mad people. We were bopping around to vintage shops because I was like, we're on a time crunch. These places are going to close. We probably went to like 8 of them in 40 minutes.
I would say even less, like 30 minutes.
And I was like-
there was one because you were in one, and I went over to one. It was called like Rockin' Vintage or something, and it was like I walked in, and it was small, and all the outfits, all the women looked like
Pin-up, like 50s.
rockabilly, and then all the shirts looked like Chandler Bing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I shouldn't be here. I did the polite, you know, when you walk in a store and you politely like, go, oh, okay, thanks.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know why. I'm never going to be in that store ever again. Why didn't I just go, yep? Like, just like grandpa in the burlesque house.
I'm like, I don't want anybody to be mad at me. So I'm like, thank you so much.
Yeah, in case I see you in the future.
But yeah, we ended up at this. I'm like, okay, one last place, this vintage place, a very small selection of vintage. I ended up finding 2 dresses there, and it gave me 20% off both, and they were amazing. This like one sort of like peachy coral vibe, 70s, and then like a late 60s one that I'm gonna wear to a wedding. Anyway, like both. I can't. Have I ever said both in my life this much?
There you go.
The dresses I bought,
Yep.
one and one, were. Together, they came to less than $80. And that's
Crazy.
a goddamn steal. So that's warm and fuzzy number 1. Warm and fuzzy number 2. We went to STK for like a happy hour, chappy hour, chappy, just like a little brief happy hour before our nice dinner, and we met this fun couple. There was like we had a lovely interaction. Christina Walkinshaw.
It's the best part of Las Vegas. It's actually half the reason you should go is to have an interaction. Because I'm not a big interaction guy.
You're not.
But that is the place to do it. And I do try to do that more. Just kind of be like, hey, whoa, you won big. Like, I had one with a guy, he won a couple $100. We were fist bumping. I started playing the same game as him at the bar. It
was his birthday.
It was his birthday. We were having a laugh. Didn't get his name, but we touched.
But they touched minds and bodies and souls. But yeah. This couple, like, I moved over so they could sit together, because we were at the bar, which is, what you do when you see someone else coming in. And they're like, oh, thank you so much. And then finally, it has happened to me was on. There was like a DJ playing, and then me and the lady were just like singing. And then we just started chatting, and they were like she used to be in the industry, was like sang with Whitney Houston, we found out.
Well, she was like, she's a singer, and we're like, anybody of note that you sang with? And she's like, well, I was friends with Whitney Houston.
Yeah, and she's like, that's a big thing. Like, when then she was on like Broadway and stuff. And anyway, I was like, she's like, you guys have great energy and like loved us. And then her husband's, I was like, you guys can, do you have Instagram? And he's like, scan this. And anyway, I have his number now and he has mine. And he's like, when we're in LA, we're going to come check you out.
Yep.
It was just so nice. And
I
left on
hope
a
they
high
don't.
note, I was like, I love having an interaction. It's so nice talking to you. And then I was making fun of people in LA and they were like dying.
You were killing.
I was killing and it felt nice.
We love an offstage kill.
We love an offstage kill. Last warm and fuzzy. Oh God, what was it?
Was it Nobu?
Yeah, but I was gonna let us talk about that together. I don't know. Let's talk. Yeah, I've talked enough. It'll come to me.
I think that could be both of our warm and fuzzy. We got reservations at one reservation for both of us at Nobu in Caesar's Palace, and if you've ever heard of it, it's quite the restaurant. And people I know that are quite well off were like, you're eating at Nobu? It's the most expensive meal of my life. I'm like,
Yeah.
and you don't worry about money ever. Yikes.
I was like, ooh, it's one of the places that doesn't have prices on the menu. And I'm like, oh no, what have we done?
Yeah.
However, we are like, listen, it was Matt's birthday. On your actual birthday, we had leftover tofu curry that I made.
That's
you
right.
know what I mean?
I did that. We did that on purpose. We combined two occasions. When you combine two occasions, yeah, you can double it up. You can double up what you're going to spend. So we got reservations, and it was really, really exciting because also I've been playing a lot of this video game called Dave the Diver, where he catches fish for his sushi restaurant. And he makes all these like fancy sushis in this video game. So I've just been like craving really interesting sushi. And
We've been wanting
exactly
sushi forever.
what we got. So we got this Omakase
Yeah.
menu item, which is basically everything.
Yeah, it's basically like it's a chef curated menu, and she's like, "Are you okay with that?" Like they bring you out multiple courses of the chef's choosing. Do you have any allergies? Whatever. We're like, no. As opposed to trying to figure it out by ourselves. I was like, fuck it, let's just do it.
Yeah, we did it, and it was absolutely everything I could have ever wanted. We were both like just high on dopamine the entire time. Every bite we were taking, we're like, oh my God. And we're just like describing it to each other like we're on some Food Network show with like no cameras.
It was so, and like it's something you take I think we were there for like 2.5 hours because she's like, you don't have like a show to run off to or anything. I'm like, no, this is our show.
This is our thing.
This is our thing. I think I also like talk about servers really making a difference. So I'm trying to find her name because I wrote it down.
Did you follow her on Instagram too? That's usually your move. You're still following a Hooters waitress from Toronto.
Yeah, Jasmine. I love her. So her name was Sarika.
Oh, that's right.
Her name was Sarika from Nobu, Caesar's Palace. And just from the moment we sat down, just like fun vibes and energy, not too pushy or whatever. It was just like so fun. And everything and everybody who brought us our dishes were great. We also had some sake with it and like a little beer. And then we split a glass of red wine.
Yeah. because she was like, I recommend it with the meat.
Because the last course was this like beautiful steak, which at that point I thought we were done. Because before that was this like miso black cod. And I was like, well, that's the last course. And then she's like, no, there's a steak and there's dessert.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh,
I also
boy.
didn't want to be too tuned up for this meal. I wanted to be like of a clear mind. There were two drunk people that walked in. You saw those people, right? It was like two just bumbly middle-aged people. They were both holding beers and they walked into one of the most expensive restaurants in Caesar's Palace. And then I saw they got seated at the bar. And then as we were exiting, I looked over and they were both eating this big pile of rice thing. It's almost like the chef was like, just gave them a trough of food. Just be like, eat this and get out of here.
Eat the rice. This isn't even on the menu.
Yeah.
And just leave.
Because this restaurant is like in the middle of a casino. So people can just kind of wander in.
Yeah.
And like the walls are very open. Like you can kind of see everything.
It's very open concept. It's very funny to see who goes there because some people go there, large groups, and they ball out. Like, yeah, we did the omakase, which is like the tasting menu, but we didn't really have that many drinks, all things considered. It's not like we got, like a $400 bottle of wine or stuff like that. But then there's the people who come in who clearly, like I would have never gone to this restaurant in my 20s. unless someone else was paying. Let me put it that way.
It would. Yeah, it would have.
So-
It would have broke me. It would have destroyed me for
Forever.
5 to 10 years.
So maybe when we're at the tail end of our meal or halfway through, there's like 3 girls who are like 21. She's like, it's my 21st birthday. And they come in and they sit down and they each get a cocktail. And then they're like just sharing a bowl of edamame.
Yeah.
I was
They
like,
were
okay.
This is great.
And then there's this other young couple and they're just drinking water on the other side. And the girl is like, where's like the rest of this menu? It's like, what is even up with this menu? And they were getting, I don't know what they were ordering. I think they were like sharing a miso soup or whatever. And I'm not making fun of like, haha, you're poor, because obviously no. This is a crazy meal. I would never. I'm probably not going to do this again. You know.
Yeah.
But don't do your research, man.
Look it up for a
Look
second.
it up.
Yeah, it is jarring to see like single like sushi items being like $10 to $30. It was like crazy to see, but you're like, they must be the best. And part of this omakase were those like, are they sashimi or they what's the one that's on the rice? I should know this by now. Fish.
Isn't that just sushi?
I thought sushi was like the shaved pieces of, I don't know.
No, sashimi is just like the hunks.
That's right. Either way,
The hunks.
it was part of our thing. And then it was just the best bites I've ever had. And yeah, it did make me feel real nice, real great, real warm, real fuzzy.
And we were full after. It's not one of these things where you're like, okay, I ate this fancy ass expensive meal and like I'm still hungry. We were full, but like I still felt like good.
We didn't snack the rest of the night because I'm like, I don't want to ruin what's already in my stomach. And like, I'm not a big fish guy. And also I had lobster, which usually makes me feel weird, but I felt completely fine.
Yeah.
I felt great. All parts of that night felt great. We didn't win any money in Vegas. That could have been better.
That could have been better. But we also didn't lose a ton.
No. But we did go gangbusters on the last night. We were just like really hammering it. And then the morning after, you wanted a Bloody Mary and to play the horse racing machine, which if you've ever been to Vegas, they have these
I wanted to play the
mechanical horses.
ponies.
And couldn't find it, didn't do it. Probably for the best. It's like people that gamble at the airport, like a couple more pulls right before they hit the old tarmac.
I feel good about my decision not to keep it going, but it was just, and also so you were wearing your shirt that I bought you from eBay.
That's right.
Which has parrots on it. It's a Hawaiian shirt with parrots on it, and the parrots are wearing Hawaiian shirts.
It's a perfect shirt.
It's a great shirt. And then I was wearing my new fun, like, 70s dress. And we got so many compliments. Everybody was just like, oh my God, I love your dress. Oh my God, like, you guys look so fun. That's what you do in Vegas. So I've never seen so much, considering it was Easter Sunday, Easter weekend.
Yeah.
So much black and brown and gray. Where's your sense of whimsy?
Jazz it up a bit, public.
Jazz it up.
No, there's something about Vegas. People used to get really dressed up. Or like, people need to like dress stupider. People are just dressing gross in Vegas.
Yeah.
They're just like big fucking DC shoes, t-shirt, and stupid stained jeans. It's like, you just look gross. You just look like you just rolled out of a construction site and now you're trying to win money. You're not going to win money with those pants.
I have bad pants. What was the other warm and fuzzy? There was something so warm and so fuzzy that I was like, I'm going to save that for my third thing. It was so special. I mean, obviously seeing our friends Luch and Christine, who we stayed with.
The best.
That was just...
Two of the best in the biz.
Two of just the sweetest people. Easy conversation. Ugh, I love Vegas and I want to go back and I want to win.
No, I keep talking about wanting to move there and,
Yeah.
maybe. People keep saying it could be Hollywood 2.0.
It could be Hollywood 2.0.
So who knows?
But I'm not going to go unless I get a booking. Again, over a year ago when I was like maybe up for the job of Magic Mike Live, potentially, but I'm not just going to go and move there and, hope for the best. Because I do feel like we're finally getting some traction here. And that's what I wanted to say. Okay. So we bopped around all over. The Tropicana was closing. Had the oldest running show in Las Vegas. It's been open since the 60s. We checked out the Tropicana. It was like a ghost town because it was literally closing April 2nd, and we went March 30th.
We went
March 31st.
March 31st.
Yeah.
But I've never seen a Vegas casino on its last couple days. There was actually people working the tables there, and they looked fucking miserable because they're like, "Well, I'm not going to be working."
They were like,
"Oh,
as of a few hours, I don't have a job."
Yeah, and then people are just kind of vulturing around trying to get pieces, myself included, pieces of the casino because I'm like, I want to get a chip, and they're like, we can't give anyone chips. Everyone's taking all of our chips.
They're like, get out of here.
And then so I just kind of like did a couple laps around the tables, and then this woman brought out this big box of dice, and she's just chucked them on the table. She's like, God, take one of these. Take one of these. Get out of here.
I got dice and get out of here.
And then, me and 10 other idiots were just like, take this dice home.
And then after that, we ended up at New York, which we're never at New York. We'd bopped around to so many different video poker bars. Oh yeah, I lost $50 on blackjack on two hands because they only had $25 minimums.
Yeah, it wasn't good.
Wasn't good.
That whole corner of Vegas, because there's New York, there's Excalibur, there's Luxor. It's all these like themed casinos where you're like, this is dumb. It's extra dumb. It's an extra dumb corner.
Extra dumb in that area. However, we ended up at New York at like the center bar. And the DJ was blasting hits from like my heyday or our heyday, just the best music, and everybody was vibing out. That's where you bonded with that guy who was winning on that machine on his birthday.
I did the stupidest thing ever. He was playing like a penny slot on like a video poker machine, and I've never seen anyone do that. And then he started winning, and then I stupidly was like, I'm going to play the same game, and we're going to win big together. I was like, what are the odds that I play the same game and then I also win big? I'm an idiot.
In solidarity, you were there.
In solidarity, I thought I was making a new friend. But yeah, it was the best. Also, they were doing this thing, some DJs do this late at night, where they play like 1 minute of a hit song.
Yeah.
And then right on to the next one. Because
right
your
on to another hit.
brain is like, I'm sitting in this
song. It
song.
just keeps you hyped because you're like, this is fun, and then it ends, and they're like, oh, and then this one. Yeah. People were turning up. I was looking around. Everybody was hammered, but nobody was upset. There was no fight starting. It was bopping, and my back hurt because I was just sitting on my stool, drinking shitty fucking prosecco and like playing Deuces Wild. I'm like, I'm having the best time of my life.
It was fun.
So that's why I was like, I don't care that we lost money. We gained memories, and it was just
memories that will
fun.
last forever.
And now for something stupid.
We're going to talk about something stupid. You just go right on the dime into these things so quick. And now something stupid.
I know. Well, we talked about the warmest and fuzziest things for quite some time, I feel.
Yeah. And now we can talk about something stupid, because you must also reflect on the stupid things that happened this week to see if you can change them for the next one.
And honestly, I feel like that's the spin on it, because sometimes stupid stuff happens and you're like, well, I mean, sometimes stupid stuff happens and you're like, well, there's nothing I can do about it. But you're like, what did I learn from this, and how can I improve for next time?
What did I learn from stupid? So this is, that was stupid.
Well, that was stupid.
And
do you want to go first, or do you want me to? Because I have a very stupid one.
I mean, I'm trying to think of something stupid. First of all, I have been going to a gym lately. Last couple weeks. I have decided, and I'm saying this in for the record, I have decided to be confident and ripped. And I want everyone to know that. I am putting an effort in. I'm eating better. I am working out. I'm starting to think I'm king shit.
Yep.
Because that's what you got to do in this business. And there's a lot of comedians, musicians, they're just like, I'm the fucking best. And I have to be like, you know what? I'm the best too.
You are the best. You're confident and you're ripped, and you have a penis.
Wow. I got a ripped penis. Yes, I told Julia this earlier, but I'm like, because we're probably not going to have kids. So I was like, it is my duty to leave a beautiful corpse.
Yeah.
To this world. To people see me at my funeral when I'm turning on that Pastor spit, being like, there's not a lot of meat on them bones, but boy, is he ripped.
Yeah, let's get ripped. I mean, you're getting ripped. I'm getting
dipped.
I'm getting somewhere.
He's dipped and ripped. But this is why I'm talking about the gym is something stupid. This happened today. It should be completely illegal to wear cologne at the gym.
Oh, absolutely.
Why are you cologning, and why are you going to the gym? I was on the treadmill in the middle of a 1 hour run, and some guy beside me, just the most stank ass, shit ass New York taxi cab backseat cologne. I don't even know how to it. One of those colognes that you're like, they're trying to smell like the ocean. Oh yeah, but it smells like
the toilet,
like a toilet taint bar manager. Bad. Very bad, very stupid. Should not be allowed.
It's like this smell that they pump out in casinos because there's like, they have this air freshener smell. And we were noticing, we're like, yeah, a lot less people smoke in Vegas than they used to, because usually my clothes, my hair would reek of cigarettes. However, my clothes, my hair reeked of this scent that they propel.
There is a scent they're putting. I think more people smoke on Fremont in Vegas than they do on the New Strip. But I do think smoking is like going out of society.
It has been for a while.
And less people that are smoking. Like it's becoming less of a thing. Like more people not drinking too. I mean, obviously not in Vegas, but I mean those things are just kind of very slowly going out. What was I saying? The gym, the thing.
Stinky.
I mean, the other stupid thing that happened this week on our way to Vegas. Stupid thing about California is sometimes you just drive through a mountain and it's a full-on snowstorm.
Yeah, it was pissing rain in LA when we left, and then an hour and a half into our drive, full snow. Full
snow. It's pretty stupid, but I get it. At first, it's like beautiful, and you're like, this is cute and nice. But then traffic just grinds to a complete halt, and all of society shuts down. And then everyone in traffic is like, well, who are we going to eat first? It's just very, very stupid. But what are you going to do? That's our planet, and we love it. And that
was great, Matt.
End.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that.
I'm sure I had more stupid things, but I'm like, I was focusing on more of the nice things this week.
So many stupid things, but I'm just going to narrow it down to one. And I'm going to be honest with our dear listeners. I did the stupidest thing yesterday.
Oh, you're going to say it as is. You're not going to say it.
No, because it's a mistake, and people are allowed to make mistakes, and nothing bad happened. So yesterday morning, wake up. Honestly, had a good sleep. We were all like, it was the day I'm like, I have so much to do today, but I feel good about it.
Yeah.
You know? And we walked the dog. I'm starting my morning like routine. I'm taking out like the muffins I made the night before. I'm making the coffee. I'm getting the dog's breakfast ready. I'm doing all this stuff, and I'm just on autopilot because I do this every morning. And then she has a little pill in the morning and a pill in the afternoon. So I take her pill, I wrap it in chicken, and I give it to her. And then I'm putting away the stuff on the counter, and I pick up the little pill thing to put back on the shelf. And then I look at it. I'm like, oh my God, this is my pill. This is my Lexapro. I gave the dog my Lexapro. And I immediately put it in a different area. And then I Google it really quickly, and then I run over to Matt, and I'm like, I did a bad thing. I lit on my pill. We're like, oh my God. And then
never in a million years would I expect that.
No.
I would never be like, Julia accidentally gave her antidepressant to the dog.
They were next to each other. They're usually not. They're different colored bottles, but they're the same size, the same everything. I'm like, oh my God. It was a pure accident. It's a very low dosage, thank God. Yeah. So I call our vet, and I explain the situation, and she's like, we don't have a doctor in until like an hour from now, and he's going to be in surgery all day. So she's like, call this 24-hour emergency place. So then I call them, and I explain the situation and how big she is, yada, yada. And they're like, well, you have to call poison control. So I call the ASPCA poison control, and then they're like, okay, how big is she? Blah, 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 blah.
They also charge you $95 for
just to talk to someone.
So hold on a second. So if you call poison control and you have been poisoned, you have to first give them your credit card number, be like, what do I do?
No,
Is it because it was for an animal? It seemed
I don't
very
really
odd.
know.
It seemed very odd to me that poison control was like, yeah, we'll help you. Give me that $95.
But it's the same as going and like bringing your dog into the vet. I don't freaking know. They consult with their team of experts. At this point, I'm like, I will pay anything to find out that my dog's okay.
Yeah.
And then she takes down, the age, sex, size, weight, blah, blah, blah of the dog. And she's like, well, considering it was such a low dosage, we recommend you monitor her at home. And she's like, if this happens, if she starts to have diarrhea, if she starts to vomit,
she rhymed off all these things. Yeah,
she rhymes off all these things. And if she's walking, but she seems like she can't really take a full step without falling over. And I'm like, oh my God.
Dear God.
And that's in my head. I'm like, okay. So I'm like, we shouldn't induce vomiting or whatever. She's like, no, you can just monitor her at home. And then of course, then I call back my vet, and I'm like, I don't know what to do. And she's like, I would just bring her in. Then I call back the other vet. I literally talked to 17 vets. Long story short, we bring Shanj. And by the way, she is never been happier. She's like thriving in the morning.
Yeah, we were bawling our eyes out and freaking out. And Shanj is like wanting to play and just having the best morning. and had no idea she's jacked up on antidepressant.
And then all of a sudden she's in the car and she's like freaking out because she knows.
Car rides usually mean vet.
And then she's like, okay, now we're at this new vet and blah, blah, blah. They take her away. They just like give her a full checkup. And then the doctor comes in and was like, and as soon as we get in, the intake specialist or whoever, the person at the front was like, listen, people have brought in dogs who have eaten full bottles of antidepressants. She's like, there was a cat that ate a full bottle of Ritalin and it was fine. I'm like,
yeah.
Oh, which is not to say that's good. They had to induce vomiting or activated charcoal or whatever. So then the doctor comes in and she's like, look, yeah, this can be scary if it's a lot, but because it was such a small dosage, she's like, I really think she's going to be okay. Worst case scenario, she has some diarrhea or something. She's like, I'm going to be here all day if you need to come back, but I really think she's going to be fine. And it's something like inducing vomiting would do more harm than good.
This is what I learned from that, because we were looking up ways to make a dog puke, and there's like peroxide, there's like salt under the tongue or a bunch of other things, and I was considering doing it. I'm glad I didn't, because I didn't realize that there's something that can happen to dogs where if they puke and it goes back into their lungs, that makes things like a million times worse. So I'm
What'd she call it? It's called...
I forget, but it sounds like an absolute nightmare.
Unless it's like absolutely like life or death in that moment, don't do it, because it's so much worse for them. So anyway, then we got the dog home, and honestly, she was
perfectly fine.
Better than normal.
Better than ever. She was thriving the whole day.
So
and we were waiting for puking. We were waiting for pooping. She was a little constipated, but we all were too.
We were all constipated because I think it was just like stress.
When you get into like an emergency situation, all of your buttholes just go fook.
Yeah, because it was literally we had literally started our morning, just made the coffee, and before I even had a sip of the coffee, all hell broke loose.
It was all that. So we monitored her all day. She's perfectly fine.
Yeah, we canceled all our night plans.
She's an absolute dream.
We're just out $300 because of my stupidity. It was very stupid. But
$300 to find out she's fine. Classic vet.
But, maybe any dog or cat owners at home, make sure to separate your meds completely.
Yep.
And, and just keep it away from your animals.
I also think this dog has like an iron stomach
She
of
does.
sorts, because she did come from the streets at a very young age, and the amount of shit she's probably eaten.
Yeah.
I almost don't want to know. I'd be like, how much garbage? She's probably like, I have eaten full syringes.
She's not eating syringes. She's certainly eating like old pigeons or something.
She's probably like, I don't know. I'd love to. I hope there's a heaven, and I hope that I can somehow see the prequel to Shangela's life. And
that's what you think you're going to see in heaven?
I don't know. If you're like in this, if you die and you go to this place where you're just like, you can see any part of the universe, the first thing I'm doing is being like, what the hell did Shange do
because what if
before
it's
us?
so depressing and sad?
But I know that it ends happily with us.
I know, but there's something. No, I prefer ignorance is bliss.
I do want to see her as a little puppy.
I know.
I want to see this little Shange.
Oh, God, she's so cute. Okay, Matt, that was pretty stupid. And you did your stupid.
Yeah, and I think that's
it, because
speaking of dog, we gotta take her for a walk and a second poo before this rain comes in.
Is it gonna rain?
A little blustery, gustery out
because
there.
I'm zipping off to the improv. I have I have an audition, and then I have dinner with a friend, and then I'm at the improv while you stay home and get high and watch and play your little video games.
I'm gonna play Helldivers 2, and if you're listening, listener, it's a great game because it's a little you play like this online war against the automatons and the terminids. There's bugs and robots, and then it's a real bonding. You can hug other players, and it honestly feels so nice.
That's lovely.
Because I don't talk to people in online games, but there's an emote where you can hug everyone, and you hug everyone before a mission, and then if you do well, you guys all hug again, and you never see each other.
Yeah.
It's great.
I saw that the other day. You're like, you were all waiting. You're like, no, I got to get that guy. I got to get that guy. You all hugged.
Because you invite them on your ship. You're like, come on in, fellas. And they come in, and you all have a quick hug, and you figure out your mission, and then you go and do your mission, and then
wasn't that tender?
You have a nice little hug. So that's
Speaking
gonna be
of
my night.
Hugging, one last thing before we leave. I think my OnlyFans taping is coming out on Monday.
Uh-oh.
My OnlyFans taping is coming out Monday, so keep your eyes peeled for that. Also, subscribe to my OnlyFans, onlyfans.com/JuliaComedy. And
It's going to be a big week for you next week. Maybe a lot of tips coming in. We got to plan this only because this is a
Yeah.
A lot of people are going to see it and they're going to start following you on OnlyFans. That could be a big moneymaker right
So
there.
wait, can you help me jazz up my OnlyFans account because you've done this before?
Just fucking show some tit.
No, I'm not gonna just fucking show some tit.
One tit.
Okay, well, let's do a little photo shoot for now because in the meantime, I'm trying to raise money for a sexy boudoir photo shoot, but guess what? They're quite expensive.
Too expensive.
So they're just so expensive. And I don't have enough followers. But yeah, I think I need to make my page more enticing so people are like, is she gonna show tit? Because who knows? Maybe I'll show tit. It's just a nipple. Free the nipple.
Yeah,
You know?
free it out. Get it out of there. Get that nipple out of there.
Get that nipple out of there.
Get that nipple out of that shirt.
And I'm also hosting the main room of the Improv on Saturday. If you're in LA and you want to come by, it's going to be a fun show.
And where am I this week? We're both at West Side Comedy Theater tonight because this is coming out on Friday.
Yes.
In Santa Monica, if you want to see us in Santa Monica. And then Sunday, I'm going to be at Dynasty Typewriter at 4 p.m., which I love.
We love an early Sunday show.
Opening for Randy Feltface. He's working on a new hour. And I
think
can't
I'll
wait to see
come.
him. I think you should. Also, our Netflix is a joke show is May 8th. That's coming up real
May
soon.
8th at UCB Franklin, 7:30. So yeah, netflixisajoke.com. Type in our names. You'll find us.
You'll find us. So get tickets to that. Fly in. Do what you got to do. Get here. Also, I'm plotting and planning a new album recording here in Los Angeles in July. So keep an eye peeled for that. I'm taking a big swing. We said
it's Big Swing Summer.
Big swing summer for old shit pants O'Brien here.
Well, for old shit pants Ladkowitz too.
Yeah, we're both swinging, and I hope we hit it big. I hope we hit each other.
Oh, this is a little button of a warm and fuzzy.
What?
Okay, let's just leave with this because it's been such a warm and fuzzy week. So our friend Alana, I texted my friend Alana, who does so much improv at the Largo. She's very funny, just a gem of a human. I texted her this morning, being like, "Hi, I miss you. That's all. Bye." She's like, "Oh, it's so weird that you should text right now because I was just talking with Norm, being like, oh my God, Matt and Julia are going to go crazy about this." I'm like, about what? She's like, I was on a show with Sarah Silverman and we were talking about the improv. And then she's like, oh, my friend Julia hosts there a lot and blah, blah, blah. And Sarah Silverman was like, oh, Julia Ladkowitz and Matt O'Brien.
Crazy.
And she's like, got your names right and everything. She's like this super famous woman. And
I don't even know if I told her my last
Rolodex.
name.
Yeah, no, because I was talking, I was like, Matt O'Brien's my husband, whatever,
Yeah.
Julia Ladkowitz. She knows our names.
The best.
Isn't that fun?
I don't want to be one of those LA celebrity name droppers, but yeah, we have done a few shows together, and it's nice to know that
I had a full hour conversation with her in the green room the other day. She's so kind.
the best.
Ah.
She's a real genuine person.
She is. Unlike us, fake ass hoes.
Two fake ass hoes, and we're gonna go walk our slut dog around the
Oh
neighborhood.
my God! All right, thanks so much
Our
for listening.
pill popping dog.
We love you so much,
Thanks.
and we'll see you next time. Because is this what you want? I think it is.
Take it away, Chris Bush.
Is this what you want with Matt and Julia? Is this what you want with Matt and Julia? Is this what you want?